today's pick a card, and I am tickled pink to announce our next of free reading, and I'm really glad because it's a lighthearted reading today. Whoops, excuse me, getting myself situated. All right. So welcome. As I said before, my name is Catherine. This is Fish Out of Water Tarot. And today we are doing readings for our pets. My winner today is Miss Janice. Hello, Miss. Is in the pet business, actually. She is a professional dog walker. I know, I'm like, how do you get work like that, right? It's amazing how creative one can be when one needs to be. And so for Janice, the problem is that one of her pets, one of her dogs, is rather aggressive, kind of a bully in the household. And she has a cat that has been traumatized by this dog. And so I love how sometimes our pets can kind of give us a clue, like they reflect the lives that we're going through, right? They almost reflect our own insecurities. Sometimes our pets do. And they almost have a voice that they want to speak. And it's like the universe can speak through your pet. Imagine that. Okay. So, Janice, I hear your question. What can we do? What do you need to know? What is your pup trying to tell you? Now, for the rest of you all, if you have a pet, this reading is especially for pets. So it doesn't matter what kind of pet you have, but if you have a pet who's been not chipper, not their usual personality, if you have a pet that's causing you any kind of difficulty or a pet that's ill, that's what these readings are for, all right? I do have some new decks that I'm enjoying so much. So for today's pick a card, we're using this beautiful Animal Guides Tarot. And so let me just get them prepped for us. And Janice, thank you so much for entering the contest. And those of you who would like a free reading, that is all you have to do is send me an email. It's TarotInfoPlease@gmail.com. Several of you have already asked, and I just got you in the queue. As long as I have an ample supply of questions, I am happy to give you personal readings. All you need to do, as Janice did, was just give us permission to peek over my shoulder when I do her personal reading. That's going to happen after our 3 cards. After our 3 piles, I will pick cards especially for Janice. And many of you may want to listen in on that reading, especially if you have an animal who is a little bit harsh, a little bit temperamental. Okay, so let's get our cards. So for pile number 1, we have this card, pile number 2, this card, and pile number 3. Aren't they pretty? I really love these cards. All right. Let's see what we have. Pile number 1, we have the 6 of water. We have the goose. Okay. There's one of my dear friends had a goose for a pet, and that goose followed her all over. It would lay its head on her shoulder. It was like the most beautiful relationship. And then one day it flew away. And so her heartbreak was she never did find out what happened to her beloved goose. And then we have the 5 of earth, manatee. And our third card, we have the Queen of Fire, the Persian cat. Okay, so if you're here today curious about what your pet has to tell you, these are your piles. Pile 1, pile 2, and pile 3. Whoops. All right, I'm so excited. I can't wait to see what we have. So, pile 1, welcome to your reading. Isn't it true sometimes that pets can bring you more satisfaction and deep love than humans? The love and care of children could become an important part of your life, or people from your childhood may return to it. Old memories can be healed, or possibly old childhood dreams are ready to be revived. So, with your pet, I would say that this energy, I know this may sound silly to you, but it's not really silly to me when I think about animals because their time as children, a has a time with it as a child, as a young pet. And the amount of detachment that animals have for their worlds. If a pet, if an animal in the wild has several baby chicks, do they notice when they get to their destination that one of the chicks is missing? You know, if a pet loses a sibling, is there emotion there? And we think no, you know, because they're just animals. But your pet, I believe, if you picked pile one, and you may have a bird, but there's something in your pet that is unsatisfied. There's something that is making it uncomfortable. All right. I'm just sensing that. I mean, if a pet could reminisce. So, you guys, maybe this is someone who moved. Maybe you moved recently and your pet is having a hard time adjusting to a move, something like that. But if there was a way that a pet could be reminiscent for a time that was easier, this could be at a divorce. This could be where there was a split and I lost custody of a cat once upon a time. It was heartbreaking for me. Okay, so there's just some sort of, you know, it's hard for me to put words on. So I have the teddy bear tarot. Let's see what the cards are for you, pile one. Okay, pile two. Let's see, two. Let me move this out of the way. Oh, I forgot to light the Palo Santo. I got so excited about the reading. All right. Let me take a look here, pile one. Aw, yeah, this is so supportive of this. Okay, so pile one, I believe that your pet has been going through some sort of transition. Either you moved or you moved to a new place, or there was some breakup in the family, or some kind of energetic change that has got your pet feeling ill at ease. Okay, and so the idea that it really wants to be the best pet it can be. This is a pet who really desires to be part of the action. There's a desire to feel part of things. And so what I'm sensing is that in what's been ever going on in your life, that your time has been pulled away from the pet. And so the pet is feeling this sense of unbalance because it has this heart for some action, some maybe playing with it more often, or taking the dog or cat outside, taking your pet outside, being able to enjoy nature, because this pet is feeling left out in the cold here a little bit. And so that your pet may be acting out. Sometimes pets can be annoying when they're unsatisfied. So there's something about the home base that my eye keeps going to that water tank up there. And so I just feel that as you um, watch your pet's behavior, see what you can do to mitigate the behavior and to make it a little bit easier for the pet. Let me just feel into this. If you're a person who frequently talks to your pet, tell the pet, I know things have all gotten mixed up here, and I know that you're feeling ill at ease. Trust me, I'm making our world more full of peace right now. Okay? This symbol here, which I've been including in all of my readings, is the symbol of your inner being, the larger you, the spiritual you, and your human self. So, this sense of well being, when you and your inner being are in alignment, makes your pet feel like it belongs and it's at home. So, keep that in mind. They are like sponges for your emotion. Take a few minutes for your pet this week and spend some extra time with them. Whatever the transition has been, it's been harder on your pet than you realized. And again, this reading I'm feeling is especially for somebody that recently moved. Okay, I'm going to draw an oracle card for your adorable pet. Pile one. So let's see, what is the oracle for our pile one? Hello, guys. Yes, I am also somebody who carries little plastic bags with me when I go out and walk. But I know that if I don't do enough walking during the day, my youngest dog, Murphy, you guys have heard Murphy barking. In fact, we're glad he's quiet today. But he's a pest. If he doesn't get enough exercise, he just follows me around and he doesn't rest and he picks at his other dog. I have another dog. He picks at that dog and makes fights, and it's all because of exercise. So here's your card, pile one. The deer spirit, bring a gentle touch. Yes, your pet wants gentleness. And even though they've been acting out and you want to holler at them, it's just because the change you've just gone through has given them ill at ease feeling. They're just not at home yet. So try a little tenderness. Okay. I think there's a song that's called that. Okay, pile two. Let's see what we have here. And we have the Five of Earth. Focusing upon the negative or worrying about money or your career can block your progress because your trust and faith are at a low point right now. It's not the best time to start your own business or become self employed. Now, you're thinking to yourself, how could that apply to a pet? How could that energy apply to a pet? So let me take a thought on that. Oh, oh gosh, okay. All right. What I'm picking up instantly is that your pet is, what do you call that? Almost like telepathic. That your pet, pile two, you have a very special pet. And welcome, pile two. Sorry, I forgot to say that. But your pet is like a sponge. Some pets are, what do you call it? Like they're indifferent. They don't care. They don't notice you. I think of a fish, that swims around in the tank and is gorgeous, but there's no emotional connection for most people. However, I believe even the fish in that tank can pick up on the fear that's in the environment. So definitely pile two, there's been some worry about money that has been permeating. It's like stretching into your whole house and your whole life. So let's take a breath. And so it's important that you allow your pet peace of mind. What can you do about worry? What can you do? There is something, I'll put it into the comments box below when I put the timestamps. There's a money worry technique that I use that lets people create a new story about money. And I really would encourage you to go there and write in it kind of an apology to your pet. Apologize, like, I know I'm so worried about money all the time, and I know I'm creating a unpeaceful or an erratic home environment for you, my darling pet, and use the pet's name. And just make a promise, right, that you will try to bring this love into your home and leave the worry at the back door. Let's draw some cards for more clarity here. You have a very sensitive pet, and we have the Five of Pentacles. So being left out in the cold, okay? Fear brings a chill to the heart, doesn't it? And undergoing financial hardship can be very scary. Your pet has brought a lot of strength to you. The love of your pet, all of this green, that's all heart chakra. I mean, your pet feels loved. And if you imagine that this is you're a tiger, you wouldn't let anything happen to your pet, right? If anybody tried to hurt your pet, you would be right there. And the pet knows it's safe with you. However, the environment of the house is a lot of fear about your worries about money. So pile two, bless your heart. There was I did my live on Friday, I think was the one about how to find the perfect job. And so if you're in a situation where you really need to find a work solution, I highly recommend you take a peek at that reading. It's a pick a card, just like this one. You don't have to listen to the whole thing. Just pick one card and spend 10 minutes and see what it is you're needing. So here I love this, the growth. We look at this out in the cold, right? Nobody remembers me, But as you start to allow yourself some tools, your pet cannot break the fears that you have, but you can change some of your behaviors that will make this pet feel more comfortable. No question about it. Pile number two, you have such a helper, don't you? The animals in your life completely love you. In fact, I have the sense that you have a relationship with animals that's deeper than with people. And I believe that's part of what the divine has given you to keep yourself strong in this lifetime. So I will, if I were to make up a couple of real quick affirmations now, just off the cuff, I would say things like this. Even though I'm not sure how to remove my worries, the truth is I want a peaceful home. Even though I'm not sure how to create a home without fear, the truth is I'm open to learn. Even though I can't believe my pet really feels the energy of my fear, I'm willing to take a look at it because we both want to live with peace of mind. Okay, so you can hit the replay. You can listen to those affirmations again. Also, in the comments below, I will place the, some material for you, resources, tools about how you can dump some of your fears around money. Watch for the link that says the magic money machine. That's what you're going to want. It's going to be in the comments below. And so, pile two, I have animal spirit oracle card for you. What does our dear pile two need to know to create that home of security, even though the atmosphere is scary? What extra wisdom do you have, my dear friends in pile two? Oops, my pile is throwing itself on. You know, a card. Okay. And we have the lizard spirit. Dream the world into being. And one thing about the lizard is that it's a regenerative animal, being that if its tail falls off or gets taken off, they grow a new tail. And there's not like that example in humanity, like if you have your appendix taken out, not typically does it grow back. And so the lizard spirit shows regeneration is a constant part of life. And so your desire to bring more peace into your home is going to regenerate lots of things in your life. So your pet is completely guiding you by letting you know, pile two today, that the atmosphere in the home has a little bit too much fear energy. And I'm going to give you a tool. It'll be in the comments, the money machine. Take a peek at it. You're going to be able to eliminate some of your fear energy. I will tell you that Janice, who is the winner of our contest today, she's winning a free reading, and her reading comes today as part of this reading. And how she achieved that, she wrote me an email and she said, I would like a free reading. Here's my problem. And she said, I have a pet that's a bully and I don't know how to handle the behavior. So for Janice, just for letting us have the theme today, my thank you to her is do that personal reading. So all y'all that are listening, please send me an email if you would like me to draw cards for your particular problem, especially if you don't have a pet. You're like, well, when do I get my reading? I do them every day, Monday through Friday, and I do a free reading every day. So I hope that it will be you. Now, let's move on to pile three. Pile three, welcome to this reading. The Queen of Fire, this Persian cat. Don't underestimate your ability to manifest your dreams. You may have several priorities vying for your attention at once, but you can do it. Okay, so with this energy, of course, it's a cat. And so it does make me think, I wonder if there's a cat owner who's watching this, because your pet always has messages for you. They're always communicating. And a lot of times I've lived with my dogs for many years right now. It's easy to ignore them, just to not look at them, to not pay attention to them. They're almost like a piece of furniture, no offense. All right. So pile number three, you have a very strong minded pet. All right. You have a pet who is kind of what's the word I would look for? Entitled, like your pet feels very special. And you may indeed have a bed or two or three where your pet can take their choice and they really are pampered pet. All right. So, what is the deal? What are they trying to tell you? What is it that they're needing from you that they can't get on their own? And this card just threw itself out. What do we have for pile three? Okay, our second card threw itself out. I love when the cards are jumping like that. What does this prissy? I keep thinking of the word prissy, princess. You know, this pet of yours is quite the character, pile three. And I feel like you definitely you're aware. In fact, you tell your friends what a diva this pet is, right? Okay, so let's just see. Okay, this one was the first one that came up. So the devil card. Okay, interesting. And the fool. Oh, wow, these are cool. And oh, look at the five there. We have the five of wands. All right. Let's see here. Okay, well, the first thing I'm noticing in this particular group of cards is that the energy for pile three, your pet is definitely feeling encumbered or like busy, too busy. It's like she's queen and there's so much to oversee here. There's, I feel like there's stress. Oh, okay. So your pet may not be eating as well right now. Okay. Your pet may have lost its appetite. There's a lot going on. You may have guests. You may work out of your house, or there's just a lot going on in the environment. When I look at the look on this cat's face, there's concern there. I mean, I think that there's an acceptance of the home, but there's so much activity going on right now. It's unsettling. And your pet does not know how to handle this. All right. So I feel like what the pet is uncomfortable about, and when the pet acts out, it's because there's too much energy in the house. So make sure that you have times of silence. Make sure that you clear the decks, turn off all your devices, just let the house be silent. Because there's something about the energy of your house that's causing your beloved pet to feel unsettled. Now, why does that matter to you? Because when they act out, it's a distraction and it takes you from what it is that you're wanting to accomplish. You may know, you may sense this house has so much in it, there's so much going on here. You might be unsettled yourself and you may need to do some tough love. You may be the one that wants a fresh start. The interesting thing is that your pet is picking that up with you and for you. The pet does not want to give up the throne. The pet loves being your most important person. And your pet wants you more than anything right now to understand that quiet is going to change everything. All right? Okay, let's grab our Animal Oracle deck and pile three. And for those of you who are here listening and you don't have a pet, welcome. Thank you for listening. We switch up usually between career readings and love readings. It really depends on the questions that I got. And today, Janice is my winner. She chose a question about her pet because she has a dog that is making the cat's life miserable. So I'm going to draw cards, especially for Janice, immediately after pile three. And you could get your personal questions answered. So if you've taken the time to type a question here to me, just take one more step and send it to TarotInfoPlease at gmail.com. I will do a reading for you personally. And I'm happy to do that for you, Mohammed. All you need to do is send me that email, and I'm happy to draw cards for you. All right, so let's look at our animal oracle here from your pet. Okay, and we have whale spirit. Trust the great mystery. So it is mysterious, isn't it? It's almost like when you have communication with your pet, I can't tell you how many people that I've run into, both my clients and friends, who simply feel more comfortable with animals. They've always loved pets. They've always felt an affinity, or just the kindness and the open heartedness of love of animals. And that is a mystery, isn't it? So at this point, don't eliminate your animals' emotional needs. They will act out if something's off. And then often we yell at them or snap at them and say, why are they doing that? The reality, an energetic element to your household that is putting them ill at ease. And if the pet is feeling ill at ease, then maybe you've gotten used to something that's not working for you anymore. And you need to make that change. Bring peace to your home. It's worth it. Okay, thank you so much, pile three. And now, Miss Janice, my dear friend and client who has been, we've actually worked together over 10 years now with tapping and some goal setting. There was once upon a time Janice wanted to be married and could not find anyone. And she and I met and we began to do some work together. And within a year, she met a wonderful person, and I myself got to do that wedding. Um, I figured out how I could be a minister, and I officiated their wedding. I'll have to post a picture of that. Janice, I know you're going to feel this, but send a picture, would you? And I will show it to our friends on my community. So, Janice, we have a bully dog who is chasing the cat, and the cat seems miserable and doesn't even feel safe in the house, right? So, what is it that Janice needs to know? What is on, I believe the dog's name is Hunter, so I'm guessing, but what's on Hunter's mind? What is it that's causing Hunter to give all of these problems? What does Janice need to know? And as you guys know, if you've been watching me a lot, you know that I do a free reading at the end of every pick a card here. I'm doing it every pick a card in June, and if y'all like it, I'll keep doing it in July. All right, Janice, we have the Emperor, Deer Mouse. Structure and organization are important right now. Don't be afraid to take on a leadership role as you have much wisdom to offer. Okay, so I know for sure, my darling Janice, that Hunter is under leveraged. Okay, he is the emperor. He wants to have that respect. He wants to be worshiped and adored. He wants to be the one and only. Okay? He has a spirit about him that's bigger than his being. Does that make sense to you, Janice? I've not met the dog, but that he has a spirit that's bigger than his being. And he's a busy little energy, isn't he? He is active. This is just show me busyness, right? First I'll collect all of these, then I'll collect all of these, then I'll collect all of these. Now I'm going to sniff the flower. What am I going to do next? So first thing first, we know that you have a lot of energy in a little bitty animal. When I first got this deck, I thought I would think the emperor would be something like a lion or a gorilla, or some large, bossy animal. And the fact that the emperor is placed in this little body, so that means you're underestimating him by a long shot. All right, you're underestimating him. Okay. All right, and he thinks the cat is a toy, okay? He thinks a cat is just like any other of his toys, right? All right, let's draw some cards. What can we do to help Hunter be a better emperor in your house? Now, the first thing is just to acknowledge. I mean, we do a lot of talk here about acknowledging things energetically. right? So you don't need to holler at your dog or go up to Hunter and say, Hunter, I respect you. You're the emperor. No, no, no. It's not about that. But it's just that acknowledgement, kind of like humbly acknowledging, oh my goodness, this animal has way more to it to him than I never knew, right? So let's take a peek. And we have the Ten of Pentacles. I think of Goldilocks and the Three Bears, but look at, now come on. Look at that happy, happy dog. Now, I have to tell you that I've used the teddy bear deck a lot, and I've never noticed a dog ever before. I've pulled this card probably, but look at the joy. Okay, so I think that might even look like Hunter, huh, Janice? Isn't that weird? But so this is what he wants. Look at the cat. The cat has a little mouse that, oh no, the cat's playing with yarn. The freedom here, right? The dog is no longer looking at the cat like a toy. The family meal. That to me, I love that because I have a feeling that you and Hunter, I hope that's the pet's name, sorry, but that you and Hunter have the same desire. He wants to live in joy and happiness. He really does. So I love that. So he's not like a mortal enemy that's going to be an enemy of the cat forever. To me, there's something going on. Let's read the cards and figure. All right. King of Wands. Oh, that's fantastic. Gosh, let's pick this one. Let's see. And the Three of Pentacles. Oh, so Janice, this is all really good news. The fact that you asked for this reading, thank you for that. A lot of people don't think that pets have emotions or feelings. They just don't understand that they really are like a sponge. Our pets pick up our energy. If you're a highly anxious person, your pet will have the energy of that alertness, hyper vigilance. The pet will pick up your anxiety for sure. So, what I want to ask you, Janice, is this bullying, do you recognize it around your house? Do you, or is there anybody in your family who has a quick temper? Is there anybody in your family who blows their top? Because this might be the root of it, that for whatever reason your pet easily picks up on that negative energy. It just picks up on, you've heard Murphy. You guys have been here. I'm so grateful that he's been quiet. This whole reading is wonderful. But he growls at his, I call sister Bella. They're not family. But every now and then he'll just get it in his mind and he'll be mean with his growl. And so I it's not easy for me to think, wait a second, where is he picking up that energy? Looking at my own self, looking in the mirror and saying, who in the household gets angry and then expresses it with a lot of intensity? There might be a clue there. And so his behavior is just copying what he feels. This King of Wands, this is a master manifester right under the Emperor. So you do have a very, very smart and driven little animal. He's not being stimulated enough. He needs to have a job to do. When you figure out a job for him to do, when he's done with it, he's rolling on his back and he's just feeling all good about himself, he's not going to see the cat as his mortal enemy anymore. Okay. This animal wants to be part of a team. This animal wants the happy family and to be part of the team, and the possibility is golden. All right. So this is something that we can talk more about. Janice is a client of mine, so we can pull this up in our private work together. But I think you might know already what you can do to eliminate friction. Like when you take a match and strike it, it lights. There's something in the house that's creating friction. Now, what can you do about a dog that needs stimulation? First of all, I highly recommend dog training. I took Murphy to dog training, and it's all about training the owner, has nothing to do with training the dog. But they had us do all these fun activities. You would be walking your dog on a leash, and the minute that they start pulling you, they make you stop and make the dog sit, and you sit until the dog relaxes, and then you start to walk again. but the dog needs the repetition of tasks, and that makes it tired. Okay. Another thing you can do, Janice, is you can get one of those food, there's food gizmos that you can get that hide the food. Like there's something that has, I can't figure how to say it. It's like an upside down, shoot, let's see, or like a maze. That's what it is. Some dog food dishes have a maze, so the dog can't eat in a hurry. The dog has to find the food. So I would Google how to keep busy dogs busy. Okay, just Google that, or YouTube, because I have a feeling there's some really fun YouTubes or TikToks out there where there's things that people make their dogs do, like doggy Olympics, that they don't just give it a treat. Like my dogs love the baby carrots. They love baby carrots. So I will make them stay in my room, close the door, and I'll hide baby carrots around so that they have to find them. Because I do feel like your dog is under leveraged. There's so much potential, so much energy, but there's nothing to use the energy up. Okay, he's a manifester because he gets all y'all's attention. All y'all are trying to figure out why he's a bully, when the reality is if you teach him to be a working dog, this is going to happen. It's a wonderful reading for you, Janice, and I hope it brings you the wisdom. You know what, if you don't mind, Janice, I know you never do, but I'm feeling like I want to draw 3 more cards for the cat in this equation, because we do have this kitty who right now does not like to be treated as one of your dog's toys. Your kitty may have an opinion. So, and Janice, if you didn't see it, pile 3 had a cat for the animal, and so the animal card, and so there may be something in there for you. But what is it for Janice's kitty? What is the story from her perspective or his perspective? Okay. Yeah, nice, nice. Oh man, Janice. Okay, so this is really good news. Oh yeah, okay. This is wonderful. So your kitty, now doesn't it looks like they're dead. They're not. This is a time of rest. So what's happened is that what you have thought was a punishment, because the cat has removed itself, right? From part of the cat knows when the dog is awake, it's not safe. And so the cat has found a safe place. Fair? And so then you have been feeling that it's hurting the kitty, that being separate from the hubbub of the house is hurting. And Kitty is saying, I love it there. I love the change. So, what I'm thinking is that you and your family, the other people in your family, you've had, some things. You're growing, you're learning, and there's so much going on between you and your husband, and you guys are manifesting some huge changes in your coupleness. And I'm privy to that. I get to know about that, but you're not realizing there's instability in your house right now. Okay. The instability, it's part of what's causing all of that, because we do need to give this dog a job. He wants to be the boss of the house, but he can't be. So he's falsely emperoring because he needs to have a job. But the cat is like, you know what? I'm fine. I'm resting. When the work is over, I may move back in, right? But right now, the cat is just observing this burden. Okay, the cat safe from the animal that's causing the problem, and just watching, because cats watch, don't they? They just look at it and they watch. And the patience is it's right there. So I don't think the cat sees a war here. I feel like what the cat is trying to tell you is that it wants peace and order, and it's willing to live outside of your typical where he used to live, right? He's resting in a new place. But this 4 of Swords card is a very positive card. And what can you do to bring more peace to your home? What can you do to make your home more peaceful so that your animals even reflect that? Right now, it's a burden because you're changing how you talk and you're changing how you sense life in your family, right? And so the poor animals are wondering what the heck's going on. All right, so let's pick our oracle card. My headset fell out of my ear. Sorry about that. Okay, now, are you enjoying this pet reading? Throw some thumbs ups up there, okay? Because we do get requests for pet information kind of rarely. People are more interested in love and money, it seems like, but the pets always have something to say. If you want a free reading, just like Janice's, as long as you're okay with allowing everyone to look over your shoulder during your reading, I'm happy to draw cards for you. Remember the email, I should write it on here, TarotInfoPlease at gmail.com. You will get you your free reading. Okay, let's see what the oracle card is for you, Janice. The turkey spirit, give with gratitude and grace. So I believe with all my heart that this dog is going to make such a huge transition once you get him a job to do. And Janice, please reach out to me if you need more info on that. I'm happy to answer. But what is it that you can give to this dog that is a realistic work? What can you do to work this dog so he's in charge? Like he's got that you're promoting or allowing him to be strong, but only when it's appropriate. And you'll get advice for what you can do so that the cat is safe in its own home, so the cat is not a toy, because these animals really have the potential of being happy together. The cat knows whose toy her toy is, and the dog now, if he's satisfied, he won't even care. He'll just be enjoying the delicious energy of a job well done. All right. So, Janice, thank you so much for your question. I loved it. I love pet readings. I have two dogs. They mean so much to me. Their energy keeps me alive. I love walking them. I love looking at life through their perspective. When I was a young mom a million years ago, and we had a family dog, but that dog didn't have the same relationship with me. I was so busy with my kids, and I loved Casey, wonderful border collie, but it wasn't like now where I actually talk to my dogs and they're like part of my world. But anyway, thank you so much for joining me today. I love y'all, and I do want to answer more questions. These are wonderful, juicy readings. So if you're listening, if you can hear my voice right now, don't let another minute go by without emailing me. It's as simple as that. I will get back to you immediately. There is a queue right now. There are people waiting for readings because I only do one every day. But I would love to read your cards for you. All right. So, anyway, go forth and prosper. Have a beautiful day. I'm just going to bless us all with the Palo Santo because I forgot to do it in the beginning. Thank you for our friends who are joining. Thank you for each and every person who's watching me right now and they're wondering about their loved one. They're wondering about getting married. They're wondering about a new job. And they just can't figure it out. And we know that when we come together and lift up each other's intentions, that the divine meets us. So if you've pulled in today just for a stop, it's the end of the reading. I'm sorry you have to go back and listen or come back tomorrow. But I just wish you all the love that I can. You also, hey, I see Gigi's here. Gigi, do you have a pet, Gigi? You guys have to check out Green how do you say that? Aventurine, Green Aventurine Tarot. Gigi is her shorts are the most clever. I mean, this girl's got it going on. You don't want to miss out. So definitely check her out. And just lift up your concerns, lift up your pet, ask for divine wisdom, and go back and start this reading again. I'm going to have the timestamps just in a moment because I assume many of you are just arriving. You'll find the timestamps and you'll find all the tools in comment number 1. Go forth and prosper, my friends. Have a beautiful day. Whoops. Heart, heart. Oops.